Qualifying process when customers do not have any documents. Now, it's important not to assume that they're not ready today and not to accept what they're telling you that they're not ready, that they're shopping around, that they only want to quote, that they don't have the documents or the information. Matter of fact, you need to be aggressive. You need to look into the situation to see if there's any way that we could obtain that information so we could sell them a policy today, not tomorrow. You need to understand that our job is to sell policies today, the day that we're actually helping the client, not to reschedule. So simply when someone doesn't have the information, you're going to start asking a lot of questions to determine if there's any way that we could obtain that information. So for instance, if regardless of what it is, you're going to ask them if there's anyone, where's the car? First of all, where's the car parked? And if it's at home, find out, can we call someone? Is there anyone at home that could give us the plate number, the VIN number? If it's registration, we don't need the registration, we need the VIN number. If it's a driver's license, can we call someone? Who's the owner of that? Who's the driver? Can we call the driver to get a copy of the ID or the driver's license? Can we call someone to ask if they could help us by sending us the information, even if it's photos? Can we call someone so they could take photos of the vehicle with the time and date stamp indicating that they took them that specific day and specific time? But can we call someone? If that's not an option, have they had insurance? When was the last time they had insurance? Even if it was a couple months ago, we could always call the company and request a deck page or call the company and see if we could obtain that information, even if we don't have a policy. If we have the name of the company, we could actually call and see if they could actually look into their database to see if they could find the client, and we may be able to obtain the information. If the car is a new vehicle and it's at the dealership, let's call the dealership. If it's in the impound, let's call the impound. So the whole concept of this segment is not to accept the fact that they don't have the information, the documents, to look into the situation, to look outside of the box, to think outside of the box, and ask and determine and look into the situation to see if there's any way we could call someone, anybody, any company, any person, any individual to determine, to get and obtain that information. So don't go based on what they're telling you. Look into the situation. Your job is to sell them a policy today, and that's going to require a little bit of investigation, and it's going to require a little bit of outside of the box thinking.